From Calvary Church of Santa Ana, this is the Calvary Life Podcast, the show where we share stories, laugh together, and have discussions about faith, life, and God with people from Calvary Church. Here are your hosts, Eric and Matt.
Welcome to the Calvary Life Podcast. This is Eric Wakeling here with
Matt Stone. Excited to be with you here in this really first week of summer.
Yeah, first week of summer, man. So at least for a lot of people,
Yeah.
College kids have been out for a little bit, but high schoolers are pretty much out now.
I heard of one college, they actually finished finals in February.
What?
It's not true, but it feels like every college is like, oh,
Seriously,
April,
though,
out of here.
I know. It's true. We are on the camera again. I am wearing shorts again. I just think the shorts is such a mistake on the YouTube. We've had some people tell me that they've watched, and I think it's just because
Of your shorts?
oh my gosh. No, just because we've essentially like invaded their inbox like on YouTube. Like, they're
like it pops up?
Because it pops up because they subscribed to Calvary to like when it was they probably subscribed to Calvary during COVID.
Yes.
When we were doing church from home stuff. Yeah. And then now it's just like we are basically like barging in their front door of their house and saying, "Watch me." And so, here we are. So thanks for watching us.
I'm curious, what do you use YouTube for, if at all?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
My girls will be watching YouTube stuff in the background of like dumb, like YouTube that are essentially like, they're essentially like a podcast, but they're like talking about clips, like clip shows or whatever, like internet clip shows.
Yeah.
But like I use it for like instructional reasons.
That's how I use it.
Yes. Okay. Same for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instructional reasons. I forget what else I actually use it for. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. It's very interesting, huh?
That's probably our generation's how we use it,
Yeah.
Others use it
exactly.
for entertainment. But yeah, I go straight to YouTube when I'm like, wait a minute. I had a fence that was leaning. I was like, how would I fix that without repairing the whole thing?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll use it for those reasons. I'll use it for some sort of niche interest that I have that is not found anywhere else. Like Everest videos. I looked up that kind of stuff. Yes, I don't know, stuff like that. So it's fun to like look up travel videos too on there. I like that. I am more of like an Instagram person for like what is my sort of main like temptation of social media, like to like waste time with. Yeah, that's like my kryptonite. So.
But for those of you that stumbled upon us,
yeah, you can, it's not all bad. Social media, it made you find us maybe, or you just, I don't know, or feel forced to because it showed up in your inbox.
and you feel like guilty, like, I probably should watch my pastor say something.
Exactly.
I feel a little bad.
Exactly.
I feel bad skipping them.
All right, so you have had a lot of big life things happen. I've had some big life things happen, like sort of these like monumental moments.
Oh, for sure.
We talked about this a little bit 2 weeks ago, probably.
Did, yeah.
But yeah, you're in the thick of all the graduations and stuff.
It's like never before. I apologize to everyone that keeps hearing me talk about it because I think we won't have another graduation for a long time. But this has been just the season of graduations in our family. So
because you had two in the last week.
Yeah. So we did a kind of a party for everybody a few weeks ago, and then the actual graduations have happened. So Seth graduated from the 8th grade. On Wednesday from Calvary Christian School. Shout out to CCS.
Was the speaker boring or was it fun?
Yeah, I was pretty bored by him.
It was Matt. It was himself. But that's the most boring speaker, yourself. Oh, honestly, it's the worst case scenario. Like if you show up to a graduation and they say the speaker is you, it's worst case scenario.
Well, it depends on if you didn't know or not. If you were just sitting in the stands.
Yeah. All of a sudden they're like, hey, it's you. You're like, all right, I could probably pull this off if I had to.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second because we both had the opportunity to share at different graduations, the privilege. It's a tough slot, guys, because you realize no one is there for you.
Literally no one, not even your own family.
They're there to see the people walk across the stage and to cheer. And so you're trying to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
And then you have two competing audiences. Let's behind the curtain here.
Sure.
You have two audiences. You're speaking to you want to speak to the graduates. That's who you're speaking to. That's who this is for.
Yep.
But you're also kind of speaking to all their family, friends, grandparents, that kind of stuff too. So yeah, it's a very tough needle to thread.
It's not quite as hard as CCS Family Chapel when it comes to spread. But it's similar to that.
Yeah.
And it's great. CCS Family Chapel is a great thing. But it is this moment where you realize, I have kindergartners, I have middle schoolers, and I have teachers who are there for their job, and I have parents.
Yeah.
And I have like the tech crew who's like, hurry up, or we're not just kidding, But all those different audiences is crazy. And so it's a similar thing to, to graduation, and they are all just want you to be done.
Yeah.
Like the biggest gift you can do as that speaker is be short.
But I also feel like this meaningful. Yes. I don't want to like waste this opportunity to talk about Jesus and to encourage them.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to prep.
Yeah, but if you get too I don't want to waste this opportunity, that's when your speech all of a sudden is 45 minutes long.
It's true.
And then everyone hates you and maybe a little bit has negative feelings towards Jesus because of you.
No.
Because of you. It's your fault if you went too long.
Well, we've both spoken at our kids' graduations for high school.
Yes.
And
I think we only were given 10 minutes or something, though, as far as I can remember.
I might have gone a little over.
You think you did?
I did.
Okay, you could guess mine because it would be easy because, of course, mine was, the topic is easy to guess. But, if you had to say to me, guess what you spoke on at Grace's graduation, because didn't you, or wait, no.
No, I didn't do your kids. I did Lily's year. It was actually the same day that you spoke at Capistrano Valley Christian High School.
But wait, I thought it was, because it was Matt Cork that spoke at Grace's graduation.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wasn't there, so I couldn't have guessed. So thank God. Yeah. But even worse, I couldn't even remember who it was. I couldn't remember that it wasn't Matt Doan, it was Matt Cork from Your Beloved Friends Church. But that's just how much people don't care.
Sure.
You seem like you're getting you're getting personally offended by it.
I'm just realizing that's true. It's true.
But it's a good time.
But speaking of graduation, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Wakeling.
Thank you.
Eric's wife, B, is what's her exact title at Orange Lutheran High School?
Assistant Principal of Academics.
Yeah, she does a great job. I mean, she was a loved teacher there. Does she teach any classes anymore?
She still teaches 2 periods of English to seniors.
She's just so good in those settings. So she read, there was 450 graduates last night at the high school, Orange Lutheran High School graduation at the Bren Center, this big arena.
Yeah.
She had to read half of them. She had the other assistant principal read the other half. She's nailing all kinds of names that are not easy to pronounce.
Yes.
And just crushed it, brought joy. and I don't know. I was just proud to know her.
Yeah, it's cool.
And be her friend and even just see her leading all those people. It was really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And I was telling you how she actually puts in the work.
Yeah.
It's not easy because there's all these different languages, backgrounds. Some of these kids don't go by this their formal name at all during the regular school time, so they don't know them as this at all,
right?
And yet they have this 8-word name that is not in
and it's a big deal to the family
language.
Too,
and it's a really big deal to the family. And then it was funny because she got all these super long, hard Samoan names right, and then I think there was one that she was it was just Brandon or something.
Really?
Got messed up. She was dang it. But
there was one kid. I don't even know if it was her, but she's one that read it.
Yeah.
At the end of the whole graduation, she goes, "Oh, there's one student that we didn't announce."
So the family said Benjamin and not Brandon.
Oh, really?
With that kid's last name. And B's I don't believe you. I don't think I did. But we'll just say it.
But just to honor,
we'll just say it again.
But it was kind of cool. Yeah. So at the end, she's like, "All right, we're gonna have Brandon stand up and say his name." And he stood up and waved. Everyone's cheering for him. He's the last.
Yeah,
I think I would rather have that happen to me.
Yeah, he got the full moment, an extra moment.
Ooh, that's a good way to do it. That's the hack.
What?
You just run up to administration after graduation, you messed up my kid's name. So then they're the last kid that's.
Oh, yeah. They're hey, what's up? That's hilarious. No, yeah. So that's cool. Thanks for saying that about her.
Yes.
And speaking of her, it was her big 50th birthday this weekend.
Right.
I know.
Are you allowed to say that?
Well, I guess we did. It's too late. We can edit. They could do like the beep. Yeah, they could do the. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Yeah, make it sound beep. But maybe that was a better one.
That's appropriate for 50.
But yeah, and I'm always going to be older than her, so that's fine, right? So I should be able to say. But no, so yeah, we had big celebrations for her.
Yes.
Just lots of fun.
All right, in your humble opinion,
yes.
Did you do it well? Did you feel like you nailed it? Because there's some responsibility on you.
Yeah.
We talked about Mother's Day. That's on the kids.
Yeah.
Birthday, though, that's very much your responsibility.
Crushed it, I think. Yeah. multiple meals out. We did like a meal with just me and her, meal with me, her, and the kids, and then a meal with me, her, and like our close friends.
Cool.
And then she's actually doing a thing out tonight with some of her kind of like little girl crew that she hangs out with. So it's full on, like you talked about Marie's like festival or whatever.
Festival.
It's full on festival.
But 50 makes sense for that.
Because we even did like a thing, I think I might have said this, but like we did a thing a couple weeks ago with like her side of the family where we met the brother-in-law and the rest of that family at a restaurant in Hermosa Beach area, which was cool. So we did that. And then, so yeah, it has been full festival mode. But I also, because of this, it's been so like, and every time it's kind of like a nicer place. My digestive system is destroyed.
It's not too much information for us right now?
It's fine. You guys have to deal with this. I have to process the food. You have to process the information. So, no, but it is just like so much rich food. I'm just like, oh, I feel terrible. So I'm trying to cleanse a little
this
now.
week.
Yeah, we're going to do a little healthy
How
eating.
do you do that?
I did even buy some juices.
Ooh. Oh, you're serious.
I'm going serious. We did.
You do the juice commitment. You're like, all right, I've already paid for it. I got to follow through.
And I just try to keep it like kind of clean, like chicken, rice, like that kind of just like salad. So that like had like kind of a Mediterranean bowl today for lunch. Keep it portioned smaller, like a sprout sandwich. So I don't even have to like cut all carbs or anything like that. But it's just like I need some foods that don't have butter, bacon fat. Like I just need, not like some pork belly crumbled on top or something, something that makes it super gnarly.
Man, this is going to be into my psyche, but whenever we go to a restaurant and I'm like, I'm just going to have a salad, or I'm just going to do something light, I always give up and just get something heavy.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. You can't be the lame-o that goes out with your wife on her birthday and then I'm getting something light.
Yeah.
That's like taking the fun away from her. Like
team player. You gotta be a team player.
Yeah. You can't be a joy robber. You have to be a joy joiner. A joy
eater.
Yeah, joy eater. But yeah, that's like part of it though. You got like that person needs to feel like they can be free. Like all those memes of like there's some reason that's like a thing, but we don't really have this in our family, but like where the girl in the relationship's like, hey, let's go out for dessert. And the guy's like, sure, let's go. And then he goes and doesn't order one for himself. But the girl's just like, well, I can't get one now,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. You gotta join her.
So 5-0.
Yeah, so that's cool. So she's in full birthday mode. So we had that while you were going to graduations.
Right.
And now we're here. So we're all doing it. Are we
doing
like
a cleanse?
We're not past celebrations though. We got more celebrations.
What do we got?
Well, at least in my family, because I got Ella's birthday's in like a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then we have Grace's wedding.
Just a small thing called a wedding.
Just a little thing called your daughter getting married, father of the bride.
Oh.
So that's coming up July 11th. That's really
Are you
soon,
doing
dude.
like any like father-daughter dance or anything?
Yeah, so I just started actually asking about that, and she was saying like we're not doing any kind of choreographed thing like that. Okay. So I was like, okay, sweet, because like
you don't have to practice anything.
No, I don't have to practice anything, and so they might not. I was a little bit like, wait, but there's going to be like just me and you dancing together, right? Like so, because I kind of want that.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with there not being like this big choreographed thing, because I think they're kind of like, I think their vibe is like they want it to just feel like a party that everybody's participating in, not like sit just and watch all these moments.
Yeah,
you know?
Like I'd rather have it just feel like we're all together than you're just I'm on the spotlight.
Yeah, that's very much, I think, just even Grace's personality.
Sure.
She doesn't really love just everyone sitting there watching her dance with her dad. So it would be like, hey, we're all dancing, and I'm going to dance with my dad on this one. You know, I think it's going to be kind of more like that.
Okay, that's cool.
So obviously it'll be like the speeches and the cake,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, but it's coming soon, less than 6 weeks away.
Wow.
So here we go.
That's really cool.
So yeah,
So happy for her.
I just bought it. Oh, that was what I did on Friday too. I went and bought a suit. A new suit for the wedding. It is a blue windowpane suit. Do you know what that means?
I have no idea.
So it is like, it has almost like little squares. Like it's not plaid, but it kind of is like it has like squares all.
It's like the
all
style
over
now.
It. Yeah. So kind of like in a lighter, like a white kind of color.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
on a blue suit. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
I actually reminds me of a story from this week of graduation, but I own one suit and it's from Target. And I've had other suits in the past, but I've kind of
That's not true. You have more than one
I've
suit.
grown out of them or something.
Oh,
No, I have one suit right now, and I like it. I wear it to everything that I need a suit
I like
for.
it too.
So, but I did a funeral a few weeks ago, and I put a piece of gum in it, and then I pulled out the suit for graduation on Wednesday because I was the speaker. And I don't know, does anybody else do this? The pants were a little wrinkled. I threw them in the dryer.
Yes.
The old quick dryer method.
Yes, of course. No, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Pull them out after 15 minutes, and the gum, which I didn't know was in the pocket, had actually gone out of the pocket and was now sticking to the pants.
Now, I saw a picture you wore that suit, though. So
I know.
okay.
Thanks for asking. This is perfect tee up. And I know this is why people are locked into YouTube right now. But I was like, uh-oh. So I tried rubbing it off. We're like a half hour before the ceremony. I got to go. And so it's not coming off.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? Run to Target right down the street. Pull in Target. Going to get another pair of pants. They're like $30.
Whoa.
So I find the exact pants that I need.
Yeah.
But they only have size 32.
You suck it in?
I'm a size 34. Maybe 35. And I didn't know what to do. So I bought the 32s.
I don't believe that you're size.
And those 32s.
You sucked it in, huh?
I couldn't breathe. I was like...
Were they the right length?
Yeah, that part was fine. It's just... It was a little tight.
That feels like you've been living a healthy lifestyle. You've been going to your Fit Body boot camp.
Yeah, but not to that level.
Not to that level? Not to size 32 level? I
was not planning to share any of that.
Remember last year how we did the weight loss challenge last year?
Yeah.
I'm like back at my starting point that I was last year.
Okay, maybe this is the time. Podcast family, should we enter into a podcast?
Podcast weight loss challenge? Okay.
I don't know.
But now I just bought the suit. I got fitted.
Yeah, you're good.
I got fitted fat.
You don't want to mess with that.
And then I can stay fat and be happy.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You'll do the cleanse.
I was telling B, I think I'm good with how I look.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's great.
I just don't want to feel bad. But I don't need to be skinnier. What are we so caught up with being skinnier for?
It's really the world's
the world's standards.
worldly look.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. I think that's enough banter. We have, I think,
all right,
the most incredible chapter in the Bible.
Acts 2, baby.
Acts 2.
We've had 2 weeks in Acts 2.
Yes.
We're going to have at least 3 more.
Yeah, 42 anyway. This next week.
Yeah. So, just one verse this next week, Acts 2:42, and then we'll get into then we go 43 to 45, and then we go 46 to 47. It's pretty awesome.
I like how you broke it down. Shout out to our last 2 readers. So we're going to be reading bigger chunks, like we said.
Yes.
So Pastor Victor Milan read 2 weeks ago.
And his had a bunch of names. And then Carrie Martin read this week. And she's a school teacher. So it was soothing.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Yeah, she's a wonderful reader.
I was just like, keep going. I'm just relaxed.
And she paused at some really key moments, like theological moments, which were cool.
Yeah.
So shout out to our readers. You want to do
I don't want to do both. I guess you can. Let's just do this last week. Okay. You can touch on the week before if you want.
Yeah, so it's the whole idea. It's the day of Pentecost, which Penta, 50, right? So it's 50 days.
Yes, sir.
After Passover.
Yes.
And that's where this feast would happen. And speaking of soothing, I cannot get enough of you saying this word, Shavuot. How do you say it?
Shavuot.
Yes, it's so good.
Shavuot.
You have nailed Hebrew and just at least the words that you know.
I did take Hebrew.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
How many classes do you think you took of Hebrew?
I only took one.
I took 2.
Okay, maybe that's my issue.
Twice as
maybe
much.
I would have
I've double the training.
Sure. No, I just love how you say Hebrew words, but it's this whole feast of the first fruits of the harvest.
Yeah.
And man, sometimes we look at the New Testament and we're like, all right, Old Testament, hard to relate to New Testament.
Yeah.
If you ever had any doubts that the two are connected,
it's crazy.
Acts 2 is just a huge hyperlink to the Old Testament.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Big time. I was excited about that one part, and you probably heard me repeat it 3 times, but it was okay, between Passover and Shavuot are the 50 days.
Yeah.
It's between the crucifixion and the Pentecost, right? 50 days. And then and that between Passover and Shavuot, the grain gets ready for the harvest. Yeah, that's what's taking place in that time. The grain is getting ready for the harvest.
That hit me hard.
Leading up to that big 3,000 people receiving Christ.
Yes.
The grain was ready for the harvest.
The seeds are being planted.
Yes.
Among the disciples and among those that would respond on that day. I did a little extra studying too.
Ooh, nice.
I forget where I got this quote. It was on some website that seemed sort of legitimate, but
it wasn't.
It wasn't chat. Don't worry. I've come clean of my ways of ChatGPT from peer pressure. But the whole idea that, you were taking us this last week particularly, but also 2 weeks ago about the idea of this is mirroring Israel and receiving the Torah. So the Israelites, it was 50 days when they were basically freed from captivity until they received the Torah. Just crazy.
Yeah.
So in those 50 days, they were kind of like this wandering, kind of purposeless bunch.
Yeah, exactly.
And you sort of see that with the disciples, right? The disciples in these 50 days are kind of I don't know, we're just told to wait here.
Yeah, that's right.
But then there was a purpose in that. God was, as you said, the grain was being prepared.
Prepared for that harvest. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. And so the stuff I guess I talked about the week before that's kind of ties into the stuff I talked about this week. Because it is kind of I was sort of half joking that it was I'm going to cover some of the same ground.
Yeah.
But the whole new everything, the new Exodus, the new burning bush, the new Shavuot, the new Mount Sinai, the new pillar of fire, the new Babel, and then, and then just into this, the gospel is like making everything new.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you showed us the Temple Mount as it looks today. And I think any of us that have been there, there was a joke a year or two ago about how most men think about the Roman Empire once a day or something. I literally think about Israel at least once a week. I just think about it. I think about being there. I think about what it looks like. And part of that's because we're in the scriptures a lot, so it kind of bounces your mind to it. But that whole Temple Mount, I'm just so fascinated by that whole area.
Yeah.
And I loved this week. If you were here, you got to see this. Eric did a little mapping with us. He walked up to the big screen, sort of pointing stuff out. Yeah. I was actually thinking right before you did that, I was like, "Ooh, you should have a laser pointer for this." And all of a sudden, you did something better. You went up
just
there,
ran up there. So I actually was because I was curious, but I didn't test it beforehand. But the clicker I have does have a tiny little laser pointer attached to it. If you push the third button, it's a laser pointer.
That's too much for me.
But I pointed it up, pushed it. You can't see it at all.
Oh, you actually tried?
I tried it in the moment because I tried to, as I kind of went like this, and you guys can see it. This is why you're on YouTube. You could see the motion I'm making with my hands. So I went like this, and I was trying to do it with the laser pointer, but I couldn't see it at all. So I was like, ooh, I should run up.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
So it was cool to run up there. It was fun.
Yeah, and you pointed out the southern steps.
Yes.
Actually, even just before we get there, the whole like Temple Mount and how it's now Muslim holy site. Man, when I was there with you several years ago, boy, there's just like a heaviness in my heart. And being in this place that so many things have happened there.
Yeah.
And yet it's not a place that's worshiping the one true God right now.
Totally. Yeah, the fact that, I'm just like right here. It's like all these things we've been talking about the Holy of Holies itself.
Yeah.
The Ark of the Covenant was literally in a building right here on this spot, like this pad. Kind of like the Temple Mount is sort of like a pad that everything that everything is sitting on, and all that was there. The tablets of the Ten Commandments were inside
That's
that.
crazy.
That's crazy, right? Like we're in that room, the very presence of God right there in that room, the curtain, the veil that was torn, like all that is there. And it's not now.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
The Dome of the Rock is there, and then a mosque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think, Daniel talks about the abomination of desolation. Is it possible that that's like part of the punishment of this nation rejecting the Messiah was that the land was given over? Or do you think it's actually God in his protection saying, I don't want you to worship at a place. And if this was just available for you to worship the one true God here, people would abuse that. And it would be like, if you really want to be a Christian, you got to go to this, or I don't know. Or do you think it's both or neither?
No, I'm not really sure, to be frank. But I think, it talks about that the rejection of Jesus as Messiah is what resulted in the destruction of the temple, right? And then even like the Spirit, I forget the prophecies that speak of this exactly chapter and verse, but like the way that Jesus like came in and is the way that then like Spirit goes out of that actual temple. Now, Spirit's within us, and that's the kind of the good news of the story. We are that third temple essentially, but then that's where Jesus will go back. So when he returns, he'll go back to that actual spot,
right?
And so I think that's what's cool of that sense of renewing, and so it does seem like there's this like this consequence of the rejection that the temple is gone, but then there's this gift of that we are the temple now, which is such a gift. It's like so hard to think of that as so much better than thinking of like, we don't have a building.
100%. Because there's talks about building a renewed temple,
right?
The third temple, because the first temple was destroyed in the exile to Babylon, and then the second temple was built. Nehemiah talks about that, Ezra, and then that temple was destroyed in 70 AD after Christ. There's talk ever since then, really, of building a third temple. But if that third temple was built, it wouldn't be like all of a sudden, now we have this magical place to worship. It's like because the Spirit of God's now
Spirit
in
of
us.
God's in us. We don't need it. We frankly don't need it.
That was the money sentence from Sunday.
Which one?
God changed his address from a temple to your heart.
That's right. Better,
that's good.
Better in a building, better than a house.
Yes.
For us. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then a couple scriptures that back that up in Ephesians and 1 Corinthians 3.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy. There's like 4 or 5. I forget how many exactly references in the New Testament outside of the Gospels and Acts that speak of us as the temple.
Yeah.
It actually talks way more about us being the temple in the Pauline epistles than it does in Acts.
Yeah.
Like even in this Pentecost story, this is like where it happens, but it kind of gets a little bit more delineated of what happened in the epistles. So anyway, that's kind of interesting. But, you can read more about that in a book called Godjoy by Eric Wakeling.
That's our second reference to Godjoy today. But it's pretty incredible. And there's even conversation like this of, I think it's in Hebrews. You have the Godjoy book right there. Just so happen to have a copy near me.
That's crazy.
Well, Jesus talks about, you're going to be doing greater things than I even did.
Yes.
And you're like, wait, what does that mean? And then I think it's in Hebrews, it says the angels long to look into these things. Like this idea that we're living now in the church age with the Spirit dwelling in us, something that really the Old Testament prophets didn't get to experience, the disciples didn't get to experience pre-Pentecost.
Exactly.
It's like this idea of like, whoa, as believers in Christ, we're sealed by the Spirit. The Spirit is in us. guiding us, giving us wisdom, birthing the gifts of the Spirit in us. It's just incredible.
It is.
To think through that. We don't have to journey every year like the Israelites did up to Jerusalem to worship. We can worship wherever we're at because the Spirit is with us.
Yeah.
It's just, it's mind-blowing.
What'd you think of the whole like 3,000 thing?
Yeah, that was powerful. Actually,
I don't know how that came across.
I've heard that before, but it felt like fresh bread to me on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's so cool because you have probably heard this before, and at least I know I had heard it before as well. But just like the fact that I think because we're studying this and we're looking at it like during actual Pentecost time in our calendar, as well as like we're in that text.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. And I think just that of understanding the origins of Shavuot, right? And all of like what happened in that, and that happened in that.
Yeah.
The fact that it's not just it happened, because I feel like a lot of times like I'll hear something like that's like, well, and then these people, there's this thing with this many times in the Old Testament, and then there's this many times here. Or
it's a stretch.
Or even like the Peter, I don't think it's a stretch with Peter, but like the denial 3 times, and then Jesus says like, feed my sheep 3 times. Do you love me? But this is like literally with the giving of the law, the giving of the Torah, 3,000 people. They told the Levites, the Levites and the priests, it's like us, the pastors. They're like, hey, pastors, go get swords and kill your people. Like, that's crazy, dude.
That would be one of those like
Jim Jones.
I might need a fleece to make sure I heard from God, right?
I know. Because there's some stuff like that's what the Old Testament's crazy, because there's like literally stuff that you're like that, like I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like how would you obey that, or how would you? And then maybe that's where too it was like. I think that's where sometimes we do have like a nudge or a sense from the Lord to do something. That's where I need the audible voice.
That would be one.
And that's where like God is coming in like thunder and smoke and fire and all this stuff. Like, okay, I need also the audible voice. I need all that. I need all those miracles.
So 3,000 are killed when the Torah is given because of their false worship, and then 3,000 are now brought into the kingdom.
Yeah.
This day of Pentecost, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it really is. It's awesome. So that was good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I cut. Oh, I did cut like a bit on God's not done with the sacrificial system. Oh, there's 2 things. The poor, too. I forgot to. Okay, so I did this one part on, or I didn't say this part on God's not done with the sacrificial system, like killing the animals. Like, so, but he's renewing it, just like everything's being renewed, and now we are both temple and sacrifice. We are to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice.
I wasn't following you for a second. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I can get you there. Just got to know the word, brother.
So you would bring, something kind of like reinterpret this from my own thinking. Yeah. So you would bring your sacrifice in the old covenant to the temple.
Yep.
Now, the Spirit is residing in us as the temple of God.
Yep.
And our sacrifice is to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, Romans 12:2.
Yes, exactly.
That's cool.
The living, not a death sacrifice or a killed sacrifice, but a living sacrifice.
You know what? That actually answers one of the questions, I think, criticisms of Christianity of like, oh, grace is too simple. You place your faith in Jesus, he forgives you of your sins once and for all, and you're off the hook, and like there's nothing to do. And part of us is like, yes, that's it.
Right.
But there's a response, and that response is not to earn, but as Dallas Word says, it's not. Grace is not opposed to effort; it's opposed to earning.
That's right.
And so it's the idea of our response is then to bring this grace, freedom-filled sacrifice of our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's worship.
Oh, I wish you would have gotten that in on Sunday.
I know, exactly.
You got to figure out another way to shoehorn that in your next talk.
Then the real thing I forgot was, because I even set it up and I forgot to like pay it off, was that part of Shavuot in Leviticus 23, it says that you're supposed to care for the poor. So that, and then what's interesting is you get to Acts 2, and I'll probably be able to do this then not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Because in Acts 2:44, it says all the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need.
Sure.
And so and this is still Acts 2, you know, and so like the early church, it's almost like they cared for the poor. There almost was no poor in the early church because everyone just like put all that they had in, and then everyone was just taken care of out of that, like that pot. So, and that was, we've talked about how I think that communal living was necessary for the environment that they lived in. It doesn't mean that like we should all be like communists or something or live communally. But there was like a sense of we're all sharing it in, and then we all live off that pot. Yeah. And partially that's because it was like of this, like the persecution that they were about to be under.
Yeah. Yeah. It says they shared with those in need. They obviously they recognized who had a need. Yeah. And so this idea of like, oh, wow, as the Holy Spirit in us, God, open our eyes to see the needs around us. I think so many times, I've even talked to people here in Orange County who are like, I don't think there's any needs here. Yeah, yeah. like, oh man,
bro, like go drive around.
Yeah, just walk around, open your eyes. Like, there's all kinds of physical, emotional, spiritual poverty in even here.
Yeah, absolutely. Other thing I didn't talk about too was another thing about priests, because we think like the priesthood is over, you know, like the Levitical priesthood. Yeah. But then it's like First Peter talks about like we're all the priesthood. Yes. You know, so it's kind of interesting. There's all sorts of ways that like this moment was like the new era. Yeah. And I think that's a word that Darrell Bach uses. He calls it the new era. The new era begins at this point. It's not even like the ascension. It's not Easter. It's not the resurrection. It's not the ascension. But it's this point. The giving of the Spirit is like, okay, now we're in the new era. We were in the like everything that was taking place to start that new era, right? But all the rest of it was more culminating the previous era. Yeah. So it's interesting.
I've heard some people say like, "Oh, God kind of came up with a new plan in the new covenant." As you're even just referencing here, no, it's not a new plan. It's a plan all along. Yeah. And it was a plan that just kind of got imprinted on the original overlay in a sense of like, oh, here's the new way to do things with the way that you were already doing things. I like that.
It's good. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Dang, I wish you wouldn't have cut those things.
I know, but I was already at the point. I don't know. I'm curious how long it went, actually. Should we look that up?
I think the listener would appreciate it.
Would they appreciate that? We'll see if they do. But yeah.
I was sitting 2/3 back on the, I guess I would say my left, your right. And like I had no knowledge at the time. It was just like,
because it was so riveting.
Yeah, I was just in. It was super fascinating and like loving this. And so, yeah, I think none of us cared.
I was only 1 minute long. Whoa. So I probably could have.
Whoa.
I was like setting up all the prayer times and everything. I mean, Carrie Martin was 1 minute long, and all she did was just read the passage.
Poor Carrie. We set her up to fail if that's what would have happened.
Exactly. We were less than a minute long on the child dedication, even though it was pure chaos and fun.
Oh, let's talk about that for a minute. So, yeah, Jeffrey and Sarah Yates dedicating Kipper. I love this church so much.
Totally, yeah.
And I love these moments like this where we're just a family and all the good ways. Yeah. And it's like, their boys were running around and it's like, that's all part of it.
That's part of the family. That's what families are. That's what it's like. I was super bummed because I was just about to, I was letting Jeffrey finish a thought. And then I was going to say, hey, let's sit down with Sarah. Because Sarah was like kneeling down with the kids and stuff. And I'm like, hey, let's just sit down on the ground down here. Yeah. And then, but then she stood up. Oh, and it's just like before he was done with his thought, she stood up. So then I'm like, shoot, I can't do it. But like, it would have been like cute and fun.
It would have been so great. Yeah. I mean, I even caught this when we were ending Luke. We said, the Luke series is as old as Benny Yates. So Benny's the older brother of Kipper, who was dedicated on Sunday. So Benny was born in November 2023. That's when we started the Gospel of Luke, and now he's 3.5.
That's hilarious.
As we finished Luke a couple weeks ago. So, that family's awesome. We're so thankful for
totally awesome.
Just how they're wanting to raise their boys. Yeah. And it was a special moment, but it was also a funny moment, too.
Yeah, it really was.
Benny ran off the stage, ran to his grandpa. And then somehow got loose from his grandpa, came back.
I know, and then he came back, and I was like, oh, man, grandpa needs to like hold on a little tighter or something.
Yeah, but who are you to hold? Let the little children go. Let them come to me.
Tim Nellis went 2 minutes long.
I like this. This is a new segment.
Yeah, it's a new segment.
We'll
it's
diagnose.
like service review. So we will tell you guys this, okay? We as we say this, we're not like a good sermon is one that went on time, or a good announcements is one that went on time.
Yeah.
We set some times just because we don't want the service to go like, 2.5 hours long or whatever.
Sure.
We have to have like
the Orange Lutheran graduation. 2 hours, 20 minutes.
That seems normal though, right?
I guess.
Like it seems like graduate. Like, how do you even say that many
My
names?
back hurt.
How many of it was just the names? That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That actually seems like I would have been happy to get out of there only that long.
You're kind of locked in you're mentally ready for 3 hour graduation.
I'm ready for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right.
so I don't know. I'm not trying to just like stand up for, it sounds like I'm defending B, but I'm not.
Wasn't her part. Yeah, so Nellis went over a couple minutes.
But yeah, he went longer in his 4-minute announcements. He went more over in that than I did in my 30-minute sermon.
Okay.
So percentage-wise, it's massive. It's a massive failure on Tim's part. I hope he hears this so bad.
Do you want to do the over-under on Tim mentioning cross-country or track?
Oh, yes, for the rest of every Sunday he ever says something.
Yeah. It's probably like your Everest from now on. Although you didn't mention Everest yesterday at all. Or the week before.
Yeah.
Dang, it was right there too. Sinai, mountain.
Storms came in.
Yes. You could have said all that.
The Israelites couldn't helicopter away like we did. So
yeah, let's get a bingo card and we'll just have like different sayings on there. Like
that's true. He does say that a lot. He's just locked into Levi's cross country and track career.
He's a good track dad.
Yeah, he is. But I did go quite long on the benediction, so the end part. But I did talk about like 20 things.
Yeah.
So whatever.
There was a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Oh, that was good. Well, no.
And that's your service review portion of this podcast.
Acts 2 is, I mean, there's 47 verses in this chapter.
Yeah.
And I feel like we wouldn't be out of line just to even like do a couple verses every week. You know what I mean? Like we could sit in chapter 2 for months.
We totally could. At least like 4 weeks super easily, 3-4 weeks super easily. We are doing chapter 2 in 5. We're taking 5 weeks to do that one chapter.
Yeah.
And then while only doing like, I don't know, what do you think it's like 9 months or something?
Yeah.
On Acts,
yeah,
something like that. So it is a pretty good, like we are giving it a big focus.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say this real quick
sure.
before we wrap up. I left my notes at home, so I'm not on my A game as far as recap, but I know. Sitting right next to my bed. Acts 2:37. Just a couple things you had noted that I thought are so good too. Mm-hmm. Peter's words pierced their hearts, and and I think it's a great prayer for us. Like, Lord, I'm not asking like to be beat up when I come to church, but I'm like, Lord, would you just convict, pierce my heart when I hear your word, wherever it is. And then I love this response. The apostles, they said to the apostles, brothers, what should we do?
Yeah.
In Acts 2:37, it's like,
yeah, I
would just love that to be my response. I'm going to speak with me.
Yes.
Of when I hear a message or I hear God's word, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
What should I do?
That's good, I think.
Do you read that to be like, they're confused, they're like pumped?
No. I think it more like I'm in, but what do I got to do to be in?
I'm convicted right now.
I'm ready to sign the contract, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying. Yeah, that's it. And so like if you're ready, that's what we want. Like, so okay, what should we do? You know? And that's why we always say like Romans 10:9, confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord, believe in your heart God raised him from the dead, you'll be saved.
Yeah.
Repent and turn to the Lord. Repent of your sins, turn to the Lord.
Yeah.
I like when it has like repent and turn to the Lord in one sentence like that, because it helps you understand repentance, I think, better.
Yeah, because Mark sometimes will only say repent.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, turn from my sin, and now what? You know, but like, and turn to the Lord is good.
Yeah.
Although this is one of those like difficult passages for...
It mentions baptism.
With our baptism beliefs. I did sort of just breeze over that one. But it does say, and be baptized for the forgiveness of your sins.
Yeah.
But I think it's the whole thing for the forgiveness of your sin, like all of the above.
Yeah.
But it's hard because would we even say it is all of the above?
Yeah.
Like, because that would seem to add baptism to what you must do to be saved.
Yeah. And that's where when you come across a hard passage like this, again, it's always, all right, read it in the bigger picture. So Ephesians 2:8 says, it's by grace you're saved, not by works. Baptism's an ordinance. It's a work. So it's like, okay, there's got to be something else going on here.
And there's like 20 passages like this, and the majority of them believe and are baptized.
Right.
So that's part of it too. There's a bunch of verses that say a similar thing to this, but with slightly different kind of order to things.
Yeah.
And so that's literally why there's so many denominations.
Yeah. Yeah, to be intellectually honest, it's a tough passage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I love them. Oh, we didn't talk about the mikvahs.
Oh, yeah, the mikvahs.
You said there was like 40 plus.
48 are found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just on those southern steps. Mm-hmm. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Little baptismal pools, little ritual bath pools.
Yeah.
Yeah, that were used to enter the temple. And you don't really think about that when people are entering the temple, that they have to do that first.
Right.
And
I had immediate questions pop in my head with that. Of like, so you're just walking in like sopping wet to the temple?
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Or do you think you'd get naked and then just like go through and then get your clothes?
Oh, that's a good question. I actually kind of forget. I feel like I've learned this and I don't remember.
Really? Yeah. I'm sure there's something written about it.
It might even be that you go down to a certain, I'm not saying that mikvah was immersion. I think it might have been that they dunk themselves in there. I thought it was. Because you can even see, even like in modern day Islam, they're doing these kind of like little ritual cleansings before they go in and it's like a similar kind of cleansing. Yeah.
But they're getting, this baptism taking place, leaving the temple, it seems like. So they hear the message, they respond.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that would be the trippy part, is like they're not getting ceremonial cleansing for going in.
That's right.
They're actually...
That's true.
Taking the spirit out with them.
Yeah, and they'd be going out. Yeah, it's cool. I like that. That's awesome. So there you go. Acts 2, we covered it in full. There's no other theology about it whatsoever. All right, we only have one email.
I'm so sad about that.
Yeah, this is upsetting to me.
I was feeling so pumped coming into this podcast, and then when you said that, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, we were getting like 4 to 6 per episode, and this has been 2 weeks since we've recorded, and we got one, and it's from the brother-in-law.
Okay, that actually equals 2, because usually he's wordy.
Yeah, but it's not entertaining. It's more boring.
Well, let's let the audience be the judge of that. Maybe they'll like it.
I think he doesn't even have a question. I think he's just like fact checking us.
A statement.
Yeah, all
right. Let's read it.
Because we talked a little bit about Judas's death, and I think we probably weren't exhaustive. Is that the word? So Judas's death. Fruchtenbaum had the best reconciliation between the Matthew and Acts accounts of Judas's death. So Fruchtenbaum, if you don't know who that is or recall us talking about him forever and ever, Arnold Fruchtenbaum is a Messianic Jewish theologian that we all like a lot. So he's like, there's a couple different accounts of Judas's death. He thinks Fruchtenbaum speaks well of it, and this is what Fruchtenbaum says. A dead body in public view within the city walls of Jerusalem between the evening of Passover and the morning of Passover would have made the city ceremonially unclean and would have prevented the Jewish leaders from making the sacrifice on the morning of Passover. Next bullet point. The Jewish leaders had to take Judas's body down, and they threw it over the south wall. The account in Acts reflects this step. Josephus records the leaders doing this at other times. Next bullet point. Deuteronomy 23:18 prevents the Pharisees from accepting the money from Judas when he tried to return it due to it being blood money. Their own blood money. But they could use the money to purchase something for the public good in the name of the person who tried to give them the money. So the Pharisees purchased the field in Judas's name. That last sentence must be conjecture. But yeah, that's really interesting. Wow, Kevin. Dang.
That's good.
It's pretty good. Kevin, you can just send quotes of Fruchtenbaum all that you want. It's your own thoughts, I guess, then that are boring. This is my brother-in-law, everyone. Just don't forget.
Yeah.
And this is just very fun.
We love you, Kev.
Yes, it's very fun to do this.
I would love to have Kevin come into the studio. That would be really fun.
I am super down for that.
Especially this summer when we have no emails.
Yeah, there you go.
We need a Kevin appearance.
Yeah, so if you send your emails, then we won't have to have Kevin in here. But if you keep not sending your emails, we might. Yeah.
I watched it.
Stuck with Kevin.
So The Chosen is taking very extra biblical thoughts and kind of inserting them into the story. But I actually watched it this week. The story of Judas bargaining with the Sanhedrin, or with the high priest, which I'm not even sure he even spoke to the high priest, or who knows. But it's like he's bargaining there, and he goes, "Well, if I'm wrong, this is the right thing to do. If Jesus is not the Messiah."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then Judas says, "And if I'm sorry, if I'm right,
yeah,
and he's not the Messiah, then this is the right thing to do.
Right.
If I'm wrong and he is the Messiah, then you won't be able to even do any. He'll strike down the forces."
Yeah.
So either way, Judas is like, "I win."
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not in the Bible. We have no idea if that's what it was, but it was an interesting thought. That was Judas trying to usher in the revolt in his own means and method, or was he just? I mean, the Bible says he was filled with Satan, so it was ultimately like, God allowing that to happen. But it's an interesting thought of was Judas motivated? This is not happening fast enough, so I'm going to just speed it up.
And if it could be false, I should try to quench it.
Yeah.
And then, but if because if it's real, it's gonna,
it's just kind of an interesting thing to think about.
I'm all for sort of charitable, grace-filled views of Judas as much as we can, as much as we can, instead of just straight, if God condemns Judas in certain ways, obviously Judas pays a pretty gnarly earthly price.
Yeah.
This is bad. It's a bad outcome. But it's not my job to heap on more. It's okay, Lord, I don't know. I gotta look at the plank in my own eye with this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I mean, it would have been a beautiful story if Judas would have done this and then
just
repented
wept and said sorry and repented. I know. That's the gnarly part.
That's the double tragedy of it.
It really
I think
is.
That's all of our stories, right? Man, you're never beyond the redemption, forgiveness of Jesus Christ.
Totally. Never beyond. And that's such a good thing for all of life. I should have said this. Matt and I did a panel in a marriage class yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel this could have been a part of that panel. It's you just stop trying to be right and stop trying to be prideful. Just be willing to see the part, the fault in something that you have, and just be I'm so sorry. This is ugh, and it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you have to be a doormat in your marriage all the time and can never have an opinion, but stop trying to hold on to this no, I'm right thing.
Totally.
How's that working out for you?
I know. Yeah, it never works.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to tell all the details of this because it involves people here at Calvary, but there was someone I kind of hurt the feelings of recently, and I had two options in my mind, and luckily I think I chose the right one. But I was it's not that big a deal. I'm just gonna let it lie. It's gonna go away. And then I was no, I need to address this. I need to just apologize.
Okay.
But I was kind of also part of me was that's a lot of work. And it's probably not that big a deal. If I bring it up, it's gonna make it worse. That's what I was thinking actually in the moment.
Oh yeah.
And then just yesterday, went to that person. I was hey, I blew it.
Yeah.
And it was a sweet receiving of grace and restoration. There's no weirdness anymore. And that's so cool.
I forgave you too.
Everyone's wondering if that's the case.
You didn't get me an anniversary present working at Calvary.
Yeah, this is, you guys, this week, Eric has been at Calvary 25 years. Hit the button.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the button. Yes. Woo!
No, yeah, it's cool. It's
Michael Wells brought apple cider to our meeting
that's
earlier.
Right. That was funny. That was good.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Michael Wells pulls out of his backpack a bottle of Martinelli's.
I had no idea where this was going.
I'm what's going on, Michael? You doing okay, buddy?
Yeah.
And then, he was oh, let's celebrate. That's cute.
Yeah, that was really
sweet.
cool.
So, All right, man. I think we're good, huh? Since we don't have much more to talk about because we don't get any more emails.
There's got to be something more we could talk about. We always talk about stuff.
We're not even at an hour.
Oof.
Do you think that people will be like, ooh, what's something wrong if they see it's under an hour?
Yeah, because John usually runs an hour, so he needs an hour of content.
That's true. We got to keep John out there.
If it ends right now, he's just going to be like stranded on like Eaton Place Avenue.
That's really funny. One of B's friends from school did the stakes that says happy birthday, but it's like stakes in your grass for each letter. So in the whole front lawn's like filled with this big sign.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No, that wasn't me. Do you think I...
Yeah, you kind of took credit for that on social media. There's a picture posted.
Of B. I posted a picture of B next to that sign. I did think about this. This is how it'd be interpreted. And I was like, I'm going to take it. I'm fine with taking this credit. Stolen valor.
Oh, that's funny. But there's more of a story there?
Well, just like, yeah, big old sign. I did take a picture. I did seem to get credit for it as if I had done it. But no, it was one of her teacher friends at school. And that was like so sweet. And it was so fun to like drive home to. And she just like sees it there. It was funny because I knew it wasn't me. And I was like, was it you, Ella? Was it you, Grace? And they're like, it wasn't us. We're all kind of like, I don't know who did it.
Yeah.
But, then B was kind of like, wait, what? It wasn't you guys? You know? And so anyway, that was kind of a funny situation. But now I think, now we have that. Like now I think you have to reuse that.
Oh, like you got to keep it.
You have to keep it and then not reuse it for our family, but like to do it for somebody else.
Oh.
But is that like re-gifting or is that
No.
Is that like wise and like fun? Like
100%.
Pay it forward.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, pay it forward.
So, yeah, you know anyone's birthday coming up?
There's one in August, early August, or earlier than me. No, but yeah, I know. Yeah, it would be funny just like Ella's birthday's in like 3 weeks or whatever. Just like, hey, we're just leaving this out here all month, Ella. That's your birthday celebration.
You should. That worked with the lights.
Also one other thing. I'm going on Thursday late afternoon. I'm flying to Dallas.
I didn't even know this actually.
Yeah, coming home Saturday night. But there's like a gem board meeting out in Dallas I have to go to, and so we're doing an all day sort of like planning meeting on Friday of this week.
Yeah.
At the U2 house.
Oh, cool.
So I'm very excited about this. So the guy that took me to Mount Everest is the same guy who has the largest U2 memorabilia collection in the world.
That's amazing.
In his house. So I'm super hyped to go play with his toys.
That's going to be a beautiful day.
It really is, man. It's going to be out of control.
You probably still won't find what you're looking for, though.
Oh, trust me, I will. But I'm going to play the guitars. I'm going to look at the albums.
Do you think he's cool with that? Like, no, don't touch that one.
I think he actually, like, honestly
gets joy.
Because literally nobody else cares. I don't think. He has teenage kids.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much they don't care?
Right.
About U2, a band that started in like 1979.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is just like not. Yeah. I think he's stoked to have somebody there that's like pumped and excited about it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm pumped. I get to go look at U2 stuff. So I'll have a full report next week. So you're going to be really excited about the podcast next week.
Yeah,
guys.
buckle up.
We're about 30. We should do like about a 30-minute segment on items in the collection. Maybe I'll record it from the field.
Oh, like NPR style.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you?
Hey, welcome.
No, that'd be cool. Like put your phone out, like ding, 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 ding. That's Edge's like starting point.
Ding, 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 ding. Bono is here with us. That looks pretty good, like on the circle.
Does. I like it. I like it.
If you're on only the audio version, you don't get to see how cool Bono looks right now in our shot. So we're really killing time here, but
I'm excited for you to go to that. Say hi to Lily. Lily's with Jim.
Lily's with Jim. Dude, yeah. Do you want to talk about that at all or not really?
Yeah. So Lily left for her 10-2 project, a 10-week summer project.
Yep.
So she left last Wednesday. 24 hours of flying. I don't know how you can figure that. We got to figure that out in the coming years.
What kind of flight did you have?
Well, it's 8 hours advance. So it's not actually 24 hours flying. But by the time you arrive in your destination, it's the next day.
Got it. I was like concerned.
She arrived in Paris. She had 2 hours to get to her next flight. Didn't make it. This would normally be a Doan situation, but it wasn't her fault. So she had to exit customs in Paris.
Yes.
To get to a domestic flight.
Yes.
And that customs was thousands of people. And she was too sweet to like, hey, I need to push ahead of you.
Yeah.
So she didn't make it. But no problem. She made it 4 hours later.
Okay.
But unfortunately, her luggage decided to hang out in Paris for 3 days. So she's with 100 college kids, meeting all of them for the first time in this 1 week of training.
Just wearing your plane outfit.
Just wearing what she wore on the plane.
And she's like cute style and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I was calling, I won't name the airline, Air France, and like, please, bonjour. And I was like, luggage?
I'm pretty sure they speak English.
My luggage in the croissant. And so she got her luggage on Saturday, and she's loving every minute of it. So it's pretty exciting. That's a great program. I want to keep talking about this actually, because I've been so impressed with how they train these students, and then they send them out to these like 15, 16 different ministry sites around Europe next week.
Yeah.
They do a week of training, 8 weeks of ministry experience, and then a week of debrief. Mm-hmm. It's just a really solid program. So we'd love to get 3 to 4 more students next summer.
Awesome. I would really love it.
Yeah.
Really love it. Yeah, it's an amazing program. And they've been doing this now for several years, so they kind of got it in. Yeah, it's definitely dialed in. Really cool people run it. Yeah. Like really, like just awesome people. So yeah, I just really encourage you if you've got college young adult types in
18
your
to 25.
life. Yeah, so we'd love for them to take part in that.
And we have some scholarship money too.
We do.
We can seed your trip.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want to help support that. So, and we do have some money already in a reserve to help people with that trip specifically. So, yes. So please do it. All right, Matt. I think we're good. Yeah, we're at an hour and 1 minute.
John made it home.
John made it home. We're happy you're home. You better have. What I really hope is that John isn't like he gets an hour in and he just turns it off, but like doesn't listen to the last 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure he probably does because he probably thinks we're going to talk about him. All right. Thank you, Maddie. And thank you for listening to the Calvary Life Podcast.
Thanks again for listening to the Calvary Life Podcast. If you'd like to share any of your thoughts, please reach out to us at podcast@calvarylife.org. You can find out more about the show on Instagram @CalvaryLife or on our website at calvarylife.org/podcast.